All right. Hope everything working now. No crash. Okay. So I'm back again, and this time we're looking at Snow White. We're gonna start this one off with the new movie. So, would you look at that? oh, oh, the haters are always getting this wrong. Like, okay, all territory. Let's look at all territory. Wow. Wait, did this go up? No, no, it didn't. But all territory, like they still again they still calculated everything. Everything is not in. This is just from a few places. But look, they're already estimating it to be 87 million, right? Opening weekend, 87 million, right? Remember when people was hating on Mufasa? Yeah, I've been trying to find this for a while. But where is it? No, not this. Where is it? I just seen it earlier. Ah, here it is. Mufasa Live King earned a global start of 122.2 million dollars. It had more than double Sonic 3. If you don't know, Sonic 3 opening, world opening was 61 million. This is double. This literally has slightly more than double Sonic 3 opening, right? Right? And now look at it. Where is it? It's falling down to number 8. Look at it now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Right? Look at this. It's finally started to drop off. It got at least say 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even more. But look at it. Like 77. And this is what it opened up with. Like I based on the numbers it had opened up with the weekend over the weekend. Over the same weekend, right? Because again, look, this is for the first of the beginning of the year. Mufasa Lion King and all mark Mufasa Lion King made $122.2 million. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying not to laugh. Right? Because you heard so much from haters saying the movie is a flop, but come on. Like I say 64 million because I just used the weekend numbers. And when you just look at the weekends out, this is giving a fair amount of space to Sonic, right? When you just look at the weekend total numbers, well, Foz had 64 to Sonic 61. People was like, well, if you look at the domestic total, okay, so Sonic had beat it domestically. Let's look at the overall total. This is also why I don't use stores. Look at this. Earlier, yesterday and earlier today, this was much lower. Yesterday it was at like 70, 71 around that. Today it's up to 74 and it's going up, right? The more people vote, the more you see this number going up, right? Why is that? It's because you see this repeatedly. Haters will say something. Even it's just overall like, look, haters do this. They go out, they mash votes down something. They never watch the movie. This is people who actually watch the movie. This is people who never watch the movie who vote, right? If you don't watch the movie, you can still say whatever you want. Doesn't mean you actually watch the movie. That's a known fact. But when you look at this, people who watch the movies actually liked it. Mufasa had double Signing 3 opening. I wonder if I could fit that in the title now. Because I was trying so hard not to laugh while I was typing this. But yeah, this is why I tell people you can say whatever you want. You say you don't like it. I don't care. What does the data show? Now, again, look at the people like, well, it did this on in domestically. Again, domestic is not the total number. It's domestic number and international. And domestic number is based on where you live, too. So this domestic number is based only on the United States. If I change my VPN and move stuff around, it'll say domestic. If I go to internet, anything international, France, UK, if I do that, it will show this as domestic. This is what it will show as domestic, right? And mind you, these are estimates. That's why the numbers look like this. These numbers can go up by a lot. All of these numbers can go up by a lot. We don't know until they finish estimate because today is Sunday and they still estimate with Sunday numbers. So this is what I'm saying. Like like opening weekend. I don't know if this the actual budget. It been going up and down, but I guess this the last budget they came out with. Opening weekend, it only made a hundred million opening weekend, right? Almost 100 million opening weekend. And people are like, it's a flop. This is not a flop. Again, this is why I tell you, don't just look at the domestic number, look at the total number. You can have, there are movies, what's the name of that movie? I have to remember. It's what is it? I don't know if it's gonna show up here. Yeah, what is it? Where is it? Oh, I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but it's the movie that came out from China. Or is it? And people talk about, oh, it's the biggest movie of the year, and it made so much money. And I'm like, first of all, the way you don't, those numbers look fishy. I don't believe them at all because, again, when a movie do that well in one place, but not anywhere else, I'm like, yeah, this smell fishy. So I'm not sure. Even one of them days is being Sonic 3 here. Where is it? I just saw Sonic 3 all the way down here. One of them days up there. Like, come on. Oh, it's not showing up at all. There it is. Right? Look at this. This is what it made. It said domestic box office. This is in the United States, but then it said this international. Yeah, I don't like when you say domestic. Are you talking? I'm thinking domestic where the movie come from, but no, they're saying domestic as far as United States. This is why I don't trust these numbers. Look how it came out so spread out. Look at where the most of it come from. Like one place. What? But then everywhere else, it's not doing that much everywhere else. Something's up with this. Is it a flop? No. But the numbers, when it comes from China stuff and it's like this, uneven, I am not really sure of this. Now, people are saying it's a good move. I haven't seen it. I might watch it, I might not. Never know. But again, when you look at the numbers, do not just look at one set of numbers. Look at where it ended up international. And again, Mufasa had an opening week. It came out in places Tuesday to that Friday. So it had a long opening. So it built up. And this is where it ended up. No, white, all of the days, you look at everything, it came out this weekend. Some places came out today. No. Yeah, no, here it is. I keep for yeah, because I'm getting used to look at it came look how close it came out all these places. This is not even all the places came out. But look at it. 20th, 21st, 19, 21st, 19, 21st, 20th, some 20s, right? And it was just updated today. So it just came out, right? This is the estimate they come in. But yeah, this is why I said the haters are crying saying it's a flop, right? I am with these numbers. If it go the same way as Mufasa, it's gonna be over 500 million, maybe 600 million by the end of it. If it go the same way as Mufasa, because again, Mufasa opened in the United States. At this is what it had in the United States, right? This already has more than Mufasa by 800 million. This is the estimate, Mike. These are estimates. That's why they're like looking like this, and that's why they are green and like this. These are estimates. But if these are the estimates, you can't say the movie is a flop. Like, come on. The estimate can get shoot up higher than what they expect. We don't know yet. This is just their estimate for overweek. And like I said, Mufasa had far lower, and yet you still seeing people who say it flop. I'm trying to find other stuff. But yeah, when I saw stuff about Mufasa having higher, like this is a global star. So this is the overall star. When you look at just the weekend numbers, that's what I'm saying. It's the difference between just the weekend and the global total. So Mufasa had double Sonic 3. The white is not far behind that. I don't know. Now, this movie could make it's so far out. You can't say what for sure how this much this movie's gonna make, but you can estimate this movie. Like it's so far out from where Mufasa is, because again, 3 month difference. Well, 4 months now. Going 4 months now. This is started 4 months for Mufasa, because again, came out in December the 20th. January the 21st. Sorry, January the 24th will be what 17th, then the 21st, something like that. Well, yeah, it just is the start of the fourth month for Mufasa. This is the first weekend, so for Snow White, and this is what already made. Now the actual numbers, we don't know where it's gonna end up yet. Now, as far as Captain America, it fought across 400 million. This is what it was opening. This is the opening weekend. domestically. They opened domestically. It was over 100 million for the total weekend. That's before these numbers were fully updated. But it was over 100 million total. Now look at it now. And again, look how close these dates are to each other. 13, 14. Did I see a 15? 12, 13, and 14. It's like that's all of them. Oh, I saw 15. No, 12, 13, and 14. They're all close together. This is how you should do it. You should have it come out close together around the world. Now, when these numbers are updated, they can go up and down. This is what I tell you. These last digits can go up and down. All of these can go up and down because it's in the weekend. They are going based on estimates. The actual number could be far higher than what they thought. We won't know this until tomorrow or Tuesday when they finally get get Sunday's numbers. But oh shoot, didn't mean to hit that. Didn't mean to hit that. But this is Friday number. This is Saturday number. I don't. Most times, Friday numbers are lower than Saturday numbers. So that means this number can shoot up to 20. We don't know yet. So this is why I tell you, you gotta keep. Sometimes when they have these estimates, it's a total estimate. Sometimes they move one set of them, some of them from one day to the other. But again, like come on, people are saying they love it. I don't know if I can pull it up. Also, this is another thing. Gail, cause I've been saying this for months now. Gail, Gail Gaddafi cannot act. He has literally been carrying in every movie he's been in. He's been carried by everybody else. That's why Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman did well because everybody else was carrying her. The second Wonder Woman did so bad they had to bring back the X from the dead. But she can't carry a movie on her own. And people are like, wow, Rachel Zegler really can act. Because she actually has a a Broadway career. Like, look, Steven Spielberg musical. He actually has singing career. He actually been in this for a while. Oh, good. Did they spell her name on here wrong? Yeah, they did. Huh. She actually has some background to this. It's not she's not just come out practice singing stuff from the get go. It's several musicals. Started several musicals. She played Belle in them. She played Belle in the Beauty and the Beast. She Ariel in a Little Mermaid. These are musical. Look at all the musicals she was in. She has literally been in musical for years, so she can sing. She has talent. Gail Gadot, on the other hand, she's a pretty face. That's it. This is what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to the Snow White, I'm like, my first thing is like, they should have hired Gail Gadot. Like there are people who literally get carried by other people, and Gal Gadot is one of them. Who's scared? It's Snow White. You've never seen Snow White. Snow White surprised me with her talent and voice. Yeah, because she's been singing. She's been doing this for years. This is why I say, of the two, Rachel was a good choice. Gal Gadot, and like people are like, oh yeah, no, no, Gal Gadot is just terrible. Like, look at it. They already started. Already started. Y'all haters are wrong again. Like, Gal Gadot is a pretty face, but she cannot act. She get carried. She's a good secondary character, but as a lead or a main, nah. And that's why I keep telling people, wow, there are so many songs in the movie. No, it's a lot, but damn. Yeah. They did this, then they had to put you back to the writer's strike. This is understandable. See, I can't understand why they put you back because of the writer's strike. They announced it. Look how far 3 years. They announced it 3 years ahead of time. They planned it for um last year, but it will push back to the writer's strike. Or the yeah, understandable. I can understand that. Also, COVID. There was a lot of things. They're even saying here, but you get haters come out and say the movie is a flop. I'm not even kidding. Make sure I had Snow White copy. I did it earlier, but worse than expected. Wow, how did you get around? Did it flop? I'm sorry to tell you, Big O, nearly $100 million opening weekend is not a flop. Nope. How's it just came out. You can't say it's a flop. I'm just showing you this. This is not the case. Snow White box over bomb. How do you? That's not a bomb. That's not a bomb.
Right.
I don't want to hear your voice. Too hot. Again, again, you have the haters come out. Same. You see the haters over even over here. They're doing the same exact thing. Remember when they say Mufasa was a flop? I mean, it made more than double the Sonic 3 opening. And now look at it. They're like, yeah, we call that wrong. But what about Captain America? Oh, Captain America made over 400 million and it was on a 200 million. Like, no, not even 200 million budget. It was on 180 million budget, and that's over now 400 million. That's not flop. Let's move right on. Move along. Just move along. Don't break it up. and they know their viewers are not gonna fact check them. No White, make over 87. You call it a flop. Now you saying too high. Like you see what they are doing. And what's gonna happen? You're gonna see under there. This person never called it right. Okay, he said this same person. I keep telling you, you cannot. You don't know how to call them. I tell you that he said Mufasa is a flop and is going to lose Disney money. Then a month later, it's like, yeah, well, Mufasa is still not making money. I'm like, your calculation is wrong. Then a month after that, like, okay, and so it's going to break even. Like, it's well past breaking even. Like again, you see what they're doing. The movie just came out and they already saying flop, right? Remember this. They say it was a flop. They said Mufasa was a flop and Sonic 3 was gonna beat it. Mufasa beat Sonic 3. They say Captain America was a flop and it was gonna make over 400 million. Already made over 400 million. They say it was gonna make 200 million at one point and already beat that. But what do? They do this repeatedly. They come out ahead and say the movie is bad, the movie is gonna flop. And then when it don't, what do they say? Well, it's still a flop. Like for real. For real. They had somebody say Mufasa it still didn't break even. I'm like, it again, made over 717 million. Right? Made over 717 million. 717 million, right? Where is it? I'm going to show you the budget. Oh, I passed number 11, right? Or did I not calculate it yet? Calculate yet? No, it's still been calculated. So it's around number 11, right? They said this was a flop, made 770 million. That's more than double. That's more than worldwide, more than 3.6 times the budget. It used to be you had to make 1.5 times the budget to break even. Then they want to jack up and say, well, you have to make 2.5 times the budget to break even. Now they are saying you have to make 3 times the budget to break even. The production budget to break even. They keeps moving it back because every time a movie they don't like make that amount, what do? They say, well, no, you have to actually make more than that. Like I remember I seen somebody say if a movie make $1 billion, it only costs $100 million. They would say that movie need to make $1.1 billion to break even. This is what they do. They move the goalposts every time a movie proves them wrong. They move it more and more. The movie made over 3.6 times the budget. But what do they say? It's still a flop. Why? Because they don't want to admit they were wrong. 69, 6.9 domestic opening. But that's what they do. Now, lastly, before I go, I'm gonna pull this up because it's always give me a laugh, and I always it's shocked. Okay, look how look Sonic 3 is too. Like it's still in theaters. They got a few data. It just dropped out a few data. I thought it was gonna drop out more, but they kept in a few more than I thought. But I always do this. Let's look at each number on each one. Okay, domestically, Mufasa made more than Sign 3 domestic. Let's look at the international number. Okay, international versus Mufasa made almost as much as Sonic 3 did internationally, domestically. Sonic is not gonna hit 1.500 million because again internationally it went up. If you didn't know, it only went up by $1 million internationally, roughly a million, almost 2 million, almost 2 million total over the past 2 weeks. Over the past 2 weeks, it went roughly 2 million total over the past 2 weeks. International and domestic. You look at the domestic total. Look at Sonic 3 international total. Look how close it is. Sonic 3 domestic and international total apart from each other is either less than or almost less than Mufasa domestic total. Mufasa domestic total by end of this can be Sonic 3 total, international and domestic total. Mufasa international total by the end of this could be Sonic 3 total, worldwide total. And Mufasa worldwide total is just, well, leaving Sonic 3 in the dust. But again, people will see this number and say, no, Mufasa Sonic 3 won. Can I pull it up? Sonic 3 won. Sonic 3 beat it. If you only look at this, I wish I can pull up the total. But it doesn't show you international and worldwide. It just show you domestic total. I want to pull up the total number. But it won't let you do that. Boy, Mufasa has been beating Sonic 3. When you look at the weekend number, just the weekend number, Mufasa made 64 billion to Sonic 3, 61 billion. Sorry, 64 million to Sonic 3, 61 million. When you look at the total for that whole opening week and everything, Mufasa made double Sonic 3 made. Because again, haters catch those L's and they don't get how. But people were like, oh no, Gal Gaddafi is the real beauty. I'm like, Gal Gaddafi cannot act. She's not good. She get carried. Like, again, I never was interested. She got carried here. She got carried here. Got carried here, here, here. Like every one of these movies, she get carried, and this was just terrible. Like every movie she has been in, she was carried. I voice. Okay, I can give it this. In record breaks the internet. I didn't know it was her, so that was good. I didn't even know it was her in that movie. That was a surprise when I found out that was her. But okay, Justice League, Wonder Woman, Carrie, and all of this, Carrie in all these movies. And these just terrible. She get carried every single one of her movies by somebody else. When she's the solo lead or one of the main leads in the movies, she's terrible. She cannot carry a movie. She's a good secondary. Rachel, on the other hand, she can carry a movie. She got a singing career. She got lungs. She got capacity. Like, again, this is why I try to be honest. I watched some of Sonic. I watched some of Mufasa. I watched all of Captain America: Brave New World. I'm telling you right now, when I watched Sonic, I started spotting stuff like quick fast as her I did it. Like, oh no, no wait, Gun wasn't supposed to be created. They say in the last movie that Gun was just created just for Sonic, and now you're saying Gun been in was made and been in place for over 50 years. Your continuity is not lining up. And I'm like, that's why I know it. I know it's stuff like that. Big Ben is wrong color. I'm like, nope, nope, nah. Sonic can't even keep its own lore and continuity correct. Look, look, they'll look at this dimension number and say Sonic 3-1. All in the United States, when you look at the total number, look at total international, Mufasa was beating Sonic 3 from start. Mufasa had double. Opening week, that first opening week from to that first Sunday, to that first Sunday number, Mufasa had double. When you just look at the weekend, Mufasa still was beating Sonic by 3 million. Like, I might watch might finish watching Lion King Mufasa. When I started watching them, every time I start watching, something come up, and then I have to go and take care of something. So I can never sit down and able to watch some movies because as soon as I start watching them, something come up, then I have to go and take care of something. But look at this, 14% of the total. Opening weekend is not the majority of what movie makes now. Opening weekend can be like I said, lowest 14 or 15%. Let's look at other movies. Go on, try to pull up a movie that's been out for a while. Go to one of them. But it see less than 25%. So you're saying based on opening weekend is not really going to be the majority of the movie. Like by definition, this movie is a hit, a commercial success. Is it still in theaters? Yes, it is. By definition, this movie is commercial success. Did good domestically in the United States, not so much internationally. It's something, look, it even grown and beat its own numbers, beat it on estimates, right? This is why I tell people you have to look at the actual total number, look at it objectively. Don't just go, it's like, oh no, Sonic 3 made more over the weekend, therefore Sonic 3 won. I'm like, no, when you look at the totals, Mufasa was beating Sonic 3 from start. You just look at the weekend number, Mufasa made 3 million more. You look at the total for for all of that first week from to Sunday, Mufasa doubled Sonic 3. So this is why I tell you, when you see haters saying the exact same thing for every movie. Also, before I go, um, Shadow, Assassin's Creed Shadow hit 2 million players. Ubisoft's already saying after two days they already hit 2 million players. Now, what does this mean? 2 million players on an open. Look at it. Look at the scores. Right. Then you look at player score. People who didn't play. That's you see something different. I can't pull this one up. PlayStation Store. It has 9 million ratings. and it's nearly 5 out of 5. But when you go to places where anybody can just vote on something, don't have to play the game. You have to buy the game here to leave a rating and stuff. You have to in order to leave a rating and stuff. You have some places you have to have proof that you bought the game. Even on Steam. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. I'm not putting on my information for that. Again, you see the ratings on a lot of even Apple Store still doing well. But this is why I say ratings don't really matter. Rating reviews don't really matter because even if you look at this, it's not that many people. Like if you hit 2 million players already, and even on the PlayStation Store, you only have 9K. That's not even 1%. Like when you look at probability and stuff, the number that low is have a margin of error of more than 100% to negative to more than 100% positive. So the margin of error is so big, it can literally somehow, if it's a five, if it's the margin of error is so secure, either way, because of how few people have rated, it can skewer to nearly double what the rating is now. If it's a 5 score, it somehow can get up to a 9.5. That's how off the rating is. It's a 5 out of 5 score, right? Well, the rating is so skewed with how few people have a vote on it, it can be up to a 9.5 out of 5. When you at that point, it doesn't matter. The rating score doesn't matter. It's so skewed, you can't take the rating score. That's like with this. This is still skewed because when you again, there are people who can put on Google, never play the game, can still say they can still put it in, can still rate it, even though they never played the game. But this is why I tell you, when they fix the rating system, it shows different. You like what Ryder made, even though you have to have proof that you actually bought a ticket and went to see the movie because you're gonna buy a ticket, you might as well go see the movie. Because I don't know if they do a refund over the internet, but they might let you do it in person. But if you're going in person, you already drove it, might as well watch the movie. But that's just me. Even though this has this rating, if they have already have over 200 million players in 2 days, if they already have over 200 million players in 2 days, and this is the rating they have on here, this is not 1% of players. This is what is it 0.001%? Or 0. Wait, no. No, 0.00, it's less than 0.00001%, something like that. Trying to remember how many count the numbers, but yeah, it's so few. The margin error is so great that it can be above 100% positive to below a negative 100%. That's how skewed the margin area is. At that point, it's no, there's no margin error. It's so skewed, it's not worth it. Also, I heard somebody said there. I have to look this up while I'm thinking about it. Oh shoot, I copied the whole thing. Oh, I don't want the whole thing. I just want the name. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I heard. It get a two-player co-op. I'm like, what? Oh, so you can play both characters? I want this so badly. Like, I want this so badly. I wish I could get it for my birthday. Cause I want to play skit straight up. I don't. I'm not. I don't like. I try to do stealth. I'm not really a big stealth. I can do it if necessary, but forced stealth. I don't like forced stealth. But at the same time, like I don't want to do stealth in this game. I just want to be straight up. Like I know this might skew it either way on how the end of the game is, but first time I want to play this, I don't want to go stealth. Like I don't like forced stealth areas and games and stuff. Sometimes it might be one or twice, but at the same time, if you forcing stuff, it's not a good, really good from the start. But yeah, if they're doing this, oh, I want to play this. I want to play this so bad. I want to play this so bad. I wish I could get it. But that would be so cool. But anyway, like I said, you look at the haters, the data never back them up. They always show they're wrong. There might, I can't say always. There are some fringe cases where they might come out correct, but it's so few and far between that there, the right to incorrect case is best case 10%, most likely 1%. Like when they say that about Star Wars the Afterlife, they say, "Oh no, it's a flop." Nobody watch it, everything. Then we find out it was the uh, biggest 2024 show on Disney Plus. That was the most watched. It's only second to Percy Jackson, which came out in 23 and 3. It was the most watched show in 2024. They say the same thing about Actor Alone. Again, it was the second biggest. They say the same thing about X-Men 97. Again, I'm thinking it was the third or fourth, maybe fifth big. I got biggest. I gotta look at it again. So many times they say they talk about woke stuff and everything, and those things end up being the biggest. This is what I tell you. Instead of just like listen to what they say, go off the actual data you have. The data we have, this is an estimate. Once the data is updated, I might make another video. I might not. I might just put it as pull on my screen. It depends on how I feel and everything that happened. I have the time. But yeah, we have an estimate of over 87 million.